So I guess we're gonna be in showtime. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back. I am so happy today because we took our time for summertime. We have to have some family time. So we are back today. Thank you, Colette Cockley, for creating this platform for women's leadership forums and allowing us to move forward together. As we all know, together we can achieve more. Every second Wednesday of the month, we are here at noon with Conectando from Empresarial. So we can discuss the strategies for families, for business growth, we all together. I am Virginia Dinzey-Taveras, CEO and founder of Adactis Business Solution, a consulting firm providing bilingual accounting, business growth strategy, and training. And my pleasure today is to be joined by Dr. Marisol Capellan. She's a full-time lecturer at the Miami Herbert Business School, a leadership mindset training, and a women empowered professional speaker. And not just that, she's a mom and a wife. So we are all in this together. Welcome, Dr. Capellan. How are you? ¿Cómo
I'm,
estás?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for having me here. This is so exciting. I love your mission. And thank you for that great introduction.
Oh, no, our pleasure
um,
to have you today.
yes.
So, Dr. Marisol, what can you tell us a little bit about yourself? I know you have done. I'm really proud to meet you. You are really someone that we look at a lot as women. We know we're going to be talking a little bit about mindset today and confidence. We normally, as women, have a lot of knowledge, and our confidence level is a little bit lower. And men, on the other hand, they have less knowledge. Their confidence is, spread like, I can do this. Let's do it. So what can you tell me about the importance of our mindset?
Okay. So when it comes to mindset, I really love this topic because a lot of the things that we do in our lives require a very powerful mindset. If you want to become an entrepreneur, for some reason I'm hearing a background. But it's okay. We're here. We're live. So these are the type of things that may happen when we go live. Technology.
Technology is great, but sometimes we play a little bit harder now. So we're just gonna
Yes, this is
ignore, because
mindset
when
right
you pay
here. Staying
attention,
calm. So I would say that mindset is super important, especially when you're an entrepreneur, regardless of what gender you're in, or what you identify as. In order for you to not give up and have resiliency and go after your dreams, you have to have a very powerful mindset. And I had to learn that firsthand. Before I became a coach, I saw the impact that mindset had in my ability to go after my goals. I came to the United States, and I lived by myself since I was 16. I went through a lot of hardship. My whole family is back in the Dominican Republic. And you're talking about working in McDonald's, cleaning, getting my bachelor's degree, and then going for my master's, going for my doctorates, being a Black woman, Latina, and trying to make it happen in professionally and as an entrepreneur. And one of the things that kept me thriving was having the right mindset, of believing my mission, what I was doing, and not letting other people determine what was achievable for me. So I had to believe in myself more than other people could believe in me.
wow, that's amazing. So that's mean like everything start within us. I said, forces like, whether you believe you can or you believe that you can't, you're right. So when you
Yes.
understand you're gonna do it, that, it's not gonna happen. But if you believe that you can do it, you will see it happening in your hands. Or you
Mm-hmm.
can make it happen. Sometimes people start thinking like, oh, I have a right mindset. I know it's gonna happen. I'm gonna sit down here and boom. So it doesn't work like that. So we believe in ourselves. We create it to happen. We have a plan and we execute that plan. But we have to believe in what we want to do. And as you said at the beginning, the mission that we wanted to accomplish. So we have to move forward a little bit every single day about it.
Mm-hmm. And you will have a lot of experiences that are going to test your mindset. A lot of experiences are going to test your grit, your discipline, your mindset. And when those tests come in, you have to pass them, because it's not just, oh, I have the intention of being disciplined, or I have the intention of doing this project. It's above the intention comes, are you willing to fight for that intention, for that mindset? Are you willing to lean into your own power as a person? Are you willing to um, see things as they are and not attach like bad meanings to the things that are happening? So, as an entrepreneur, you'll see that you will have to make a lot of decisions about your product. You're going to have a lot of decisions about being consistent. If you are online, about posting, about replying, about creating a product, about using the right marketing strategy. And sometimes those things are not going to flourish the first time you do it. You're not going to see results right away. Now it's up to you whether you're going to make that mean something about you. And one of the things, important things about mindset as an entrepreneur, is not attaching your own value to the results that you're having as a business. So something in my business can fail, like a marketing strategy. That doesn't mean that I'm a bad, that I'm not enough, or that I'm not good at what I'm doing. It's just that that tactic didn't work. When I detach the result from my how I value myself, then I can try again.
Absolutely. So it's not where we come from. Sometimes we start thinking about our background. Who am I? Who am I coming from? How did I arrive here? And we start putting a lot of stuff in our mind that will not let us go. We not let us move forward. We not let us achieve what we really wanted to achieve, because we believe that situation, whatever situation it had happened to you, that's who you are.
And that's not the case, and that's confirmation bias. That if you believe, this is why mindset is very important, that you're not going to be successful, let's say launching a product, the first time you have an issue with the product, you're going to say, oh, you see, the evidence is here that I'm not good enough.
Yes.
And now that the evidence is here, now I have the permission to give up, because I was just waiting for something to happen so that I can prove to myself that that's the reality. So you have to determine a new reality in your mind before you take the first step. A lot of people think, well, it's all about the action or what you can touch. It's not about that. It's about the mind first and the action follow. Because I can do a product and change it in 5 different ways. I'm an executive coach and I do a lot of coaching packages. I'll do the first one and I'll advertise it. If it doesn't work, then I have a lot of information. I can use that information to create a new package. I know that that doesn't work, so I'm closer to my goal. But
Yeah.
that same circumstance, I can say that the result is I'm not good at what I'm doing. So you get to choose what you make every situation mean for you.
That means that we cannot see the things that are hurting us in a situation or are not coming. Sometimes it's not what we want to achieve, not what the result that we want. It's how we take that result. As you said, I did this, it didn't work. Maybe the channels, if you are doing a marketing strategy, the channels that you are launching that product, maybe your target market it's in LinkedIn and you are in Instagram. So
Mhm.
nobody in Instagram will understand or we value what you have. And then you will believe like, oh, there's too many people out there doing this, that why people are gonna buy from me if I
Mhm.
can. So and that's where you get stuck. Because
Mhm.
you can that confident level is the same. You thinking about it is showing it to your prospect. So as
Yes.
women, we tend to be very hard on ourselves.
Yes, we do tend to be very hard on ourselves, and we then it becomes a habit, and we have to stop that habit of always thinking of ourselves, or having that negative self-talk, because you cannot have two conflicting goals. Either you want to do something and become successful in something, or you want to go and have those negative thoughts. So which one are you going to choose? Because they're not compatible, at least if you want to keep doing what you're doing. So when it comes to that, I've seen that in my coaching practice where people have conflicting goals. I want to be successful, but I don't want to be a failure. Okay, you're going to fail a lot of times while you're trying to
If
become
you want to
successful.
be successful.
Oh, you want to develop the great coaching package, or you want to deliver the great coaching product, or whatever consulting services, you will have a lot of times where you're going to tweak it. You're going not going to come up with like the best strategy, the best product the first time. So if you want to be successful, you have to remove that fear of I don't want to be a failure. You have to keep focusing on the right mindset, which is I'm going to do whatever I need to do to get to that point. And fear of failure is not going to help you get there.
Yeah, absolutely. So we can have, I mean, normally we like to see the big companies, how successful they are, but this is not a promotion. But when Apple started, they start in model number 4. It was very little, very tiny. It didn't have all the features that to date, I think it's Apple 12 that we are in right now. So from
Yeah.
Apple 4 to Apple 12, they have gone way far. They have failures. So why don't we don't see that far? So why we want to only see the successful? Because we only see the tip top. So we only see the success part of the other people, like the entrepreneur in front of me, or the people who's been doing it for 20 years. You know, this is saying that you cannot compare your beginning with somebody else's middle.
I think that sometimes we're looking for a shortcut.
Yeah.
And I always like the quote that says, there is one way to success is that by taking the stairs, not the elevator.
Mm-hmm.
So we're desperately needing for a shortcut. And sometimes people they're surprised when they ask me, oh, how did you do this? And I'm like, I used to wake up at 4 a.m. and
Yes.
take all this action and
Yes.
lose my sleep and all of this to get to where I am to get to accomplish this goal. And they just looked at me perplexed of like, what? Well, I thought you were going to give me the secret formula. And I'm saying, well, there is no secret formula.
I love when people are promoting the secret success. Yes. Know what you want and go for it. If you
And
feel,
it's gonna be uncomfortable and you have to make sacrifice.
look at the kids when they're out of the children when they're learning to walk. I mean, they start crawling, they fall, they stand up, they walk. They don't care how many times they fall,
Hmm.
but
But
we
it's that continuous improvement. So I remember this because when I did my doctorate degree the last year, I had a baby during my doctorate
I
degree.
know, baby.
And there I was faced with the option of like, do I postpone my whole dissertation writing because I have to take care of this newborn during COVID, and it's going to be tough. But then I had to make the decision, and I'm not saying okay, this is good for everyone. I'm saying me personally, this is not medical advice or anything like that. That's a time where my resiliency was tested, and then I said, well, I am a coach who always tell women to go after your dreams. This is a test I'm facing. So am I going to postpone my degree, or am I going to try to do it and do the best I can? Of course, I'm not saying you'll go all the way to burnout because you also have to rest. But I had to change a lot of systems in order for
Mm.
you to accomplish that goal. For example, I used to be very, very active online, and I wasn't active for the last 6 or 7 months because my decision was I'm making a choice that I need to finish this degree first. Online is going to stay there. I can always go back. I have a lot of value to bring. Not being there didn't mean anything less about me. I didn't make it mean like I'm a failure, like I didn't know what I was doing, I wasn't consistent. No, it was a rational decision that I had to make because my priorities shifted. So you can always make decisions and know that you're in control of what is it that you want. And sometimes things are going to change, but you have to be willing to make those changes.
Ah, yes. That's a secret sauce. If you're looking for the secret sauce and you get all those downloads, because we love, I can't say that I'm part of those that love to download stuff like the secret sauce, how to this, how to build that, that we never read because we are trying to be better, by doing nothing because we're just trying to look what other people are doing because we don't believe in ourselves. None of those people that are above or a few steps farther than us start just there. You
Mm-hmm.
know, if you have 100 followers, you start with one. Why are you
Mm-hmm.
looking at me that started yesterday and you've been in this for so many years and you want to just to be, oh, I wanted to be like Marisol. I'm not gonna be able to achieve this. I'm not gonna be able to do that. So mindset between these two years, there is a lot going on.
Mm-hmm. There is a lot going on, and like you said, if you are trying to build a community online, you one of the things that really help is to focus on the value that you bring to other people instead of the feedback or the people. Sometimes we get hunger for affirmation, we get hunger for, do people like me? All of that has to go out of the window. I'm like, regardless of people admiring you, what
Yeah.
are you doing to change their lives? And that's why I believe that some of my followers are very different from maybe other communities, because I sometimes leave and I come back and they're there. And they're very, like, they're there because they know that I'm very authentic in the way that I talk to them. I talk to them as like other humans. There is nothing scripted. You get what you see. um, I'm not trying to fool them into buying something for me. They're very smart. They know what they want. If they want to buy something from me, they'll buy it. If they don't, they won't. And that doesn't mean that I'm going to change the way that I feel like showing up. I
Yeah.
will still show up. I will still show up, try to bring them value, regardless if they buy from me or not, and they appreciate that.
Yeah. How can we tell women's out there that are watching us to shift their mindset, to see the value in themselves, to move forward to what they wanted to achieve, to have a vision like, oh, I wanted to become, I mean, you gain by experience, you gain knowledge by going to school. When you have something to offer and you really, really want to offer, you have that passion, what can we tell them about like just go do it, you can do this? How can we start working in leveling up our confidence level when we don't believe in ourselves, when we have a life situation or family situation or entrepreneur situation or whatever type of situation that, you know, you got this boys here and then you got the other boys here, that what boys should I be here?
So that's a very good question, because I am faced with these type of questions all the time. And believe it or not, one of the things that we should do, let's say that first you're very clear on what the goal is that you want to achieve, right? And then, regardless if you're motivated or not, you should rely on discipline. Discipline is also a part of mindset, because discipline is saying to yourself, whether I feel like it or not, I'm going to take action, right? So I always say, try whatever project you're working on, try it for 6 months. Don't give up the first time that you make a mistake or that sometimes that it doesn't work. Try it for 6 months, and then people will say, well, wow, what if I'm not motivated by the second week? Oh, doesn't matter. You already made a commitment that you're going to try on that project for 6 months or for 3 months. But once you make the goal and you are committed to the goal, stop negotiating with yourself. Stop negotiating whether you have the motivation, whether you have this, whether you have that. You already made a decision. So relying on your decision making and relying on discipline will help you develop that mindset. Because every time you're not motivated, you have to talk yourself out of it. And that's a practice that you can build, a muscle that you can build. That maybe the first time is going to take days for you to take action, or that to take action in a way that you feel comfortable. But maybe by the third month, you're just, oh, not motivation. I can flip the switch. I don't need you. I can just go and take action, because I am going to honor my word that I'm going to try this for at least a few months and
So
then
we have
see.
the
And if it
power.
doesn't work, then you try something else. But do not
Yeah.
give up on the bigger goal.
So we have the power to control basically our mind and our decisions. So when I said, I will say, like, I want to exercise, but I don't want to wake up at 5 in the morning to exercise. It's like set that alarm up, put that alarm, you hear the alarm, you wake up and you start exercising. I mean,
That's a great example you're bringing. So
you know,
thank you for giving me that example, because I'm going to use that same example to give you another mindset technique. So and I've been there before with the exercise. If it doesn't work for you getting up at 5 a.m., then do it in the afternoon, do it in the midnight, but don't give up on the goal. So sometimes we're so hung up on the process of how I'm going to do it. Do I get up at 5 a.m.? Do I do this? Do I do that? Or what happens the minute you don't get up at 5 a.m.? You give up on yourself. So if I didn't do it at 5 a.m., it doesn't matter. I'm going to stick it somewhere in the day, but I'm not giving up on the goal. So the discipline is more important than the process that you use to get there.
got it. So it's like you decide you're gonna exercise. Don't get yourself on excuses that you don't want to wake up at 5 in the morning, especially here if you're in the United States and it's cold outside and it's dark outside and you're comfy and hot in your bed. Like, I don't want to get. I mean, your brain is gonna prefer rather to stay in bed than
Mm-hmm.
going out to the cold to do exercise to get pain in your muscles. But the
Mm-hmm.
result that you're gonna get are gonna be higher and much better than you not having a healthy life.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is basically, yeah, the same thing. If you don't want to do it at 5 a.m., if you try it at 5 a.m., if it doesn't work for you, don't beat yourself up because it doesn't work for you that way. Maybe something else will work for you. Maybe the treadmill will work for you. Maybe doing weights will work for you. Whatever works for you. Maybe dancing will work for you. There was a point in my life that I said, you know what? I love dancing. And if I cannot get to the gym, I'm at least dancing in my house, but I'm doing the workout. So always be very creative and understand that you are an individual person. And at the end of the day, you just want to get to that goal. It doesn't matter how you get there. It doesn't
So
matter the tactic that you use because you're an individual. Like I have two kids and I try doing crazy morning routines and sometimes it wouldn't work and I will have to change that to do it at night. And then at night wouldn't work sometimes, but I wouldn't give up in the dream that I had,
sign and error,
regardless of. Mhm.
sign and error. I mean, you gotta try and error. You gotta try it. If it works, amazing. If it doesn't work, find another way.
Yes.
Because probably at the first time, you're lucky if you get it, but if you don't believe you're not lucky. Your lucky comes where you being every day doing the same thing that you wanted to do because you know where you wanted to go. Like every step of the way count. If you are
Mhm.
clear in that, I think that's the basics. If you are clear in your goal, what you wanted to achieve, and you believe in yourself, you're gonna find the way and you're gonna keep pushing yourself because it's not easy. Nobody says it was easy. You said at the very beginning you were here 16, 17 years old all by yourself. You are very young and you already got a PhD. With
EDD. Yes. Doctorate. Yeah.
you know, you got your doctorate with two small kids, a husband, a business, teaching at university level. Nobody said it was easy
It's not easy, but it's fun.
because you got clear what do you want it to do, and that's
Mhm.
that's when we're gonna be able to fight with that voices. Like, am I good enough? Can I do this? Is there somebody else there doing it much better than what I'm doing?
No, the comparing game, you can't compare yourself. Comparing will never lead you to anywhere. And sometimes we have to realize that sometimes we're going to be confused. We will not know what we want. But regardless of not having clarity, taking action will give you clarity. Let's say I don't know which type of product to sell. Okay, try something. Maybe when you try selling something, you realize that's not something that you want to do. But when we have in our mind that we're so confused and I don't know, oh, do I sell a product on productivity or do I sell it on confidence or do I sell it on this or I sell it on that? Spending all the time in your brain is not going to get you any closer. But if you try to sell something on productivity and then you realize, you know what, I really don't like this. then you at least can take that off. You know what? I'm not dealing with this anymore because I tried and I don't like it.
You
So
have to
stop
do that.
waiting to feel sometimes a lot of clarity or a lot of motivation. Use action as a way of building your mindset and your resiliency. So, of course, we can start from the mindset first and say, I'm confident or I can do this. But if that's not kicking in, stop waiting for that to happen and just take action and start removing things that doesn't work for you.
So procrastination will be your enemy because start creating your list. Okay, I'm thinking about doing this, this, and that. Which one I'm gonna start first? Just take one. Don't start, with the analysis paralysis. What am I gonna do? What am I good
Mhm.
at? Like, should I try this or should I try that? I see a lot of people doing this out there. What should I start? Just start with something.
Mhm. You start with something and believe that clarity will come as you start doing it. Because if you start doing it and it's been a week, 2 weeks, and you don't feel it, then you know what? At least you took that out of the question.
Check mark. Nope.
You check
Next.
mark and move on.
Yes, it is what it is. So
Hmm.
what can we leave to our women's out there today that wanted to either be an entrepreneur or they are ready in that journey, but they feel stuck?
I will say that one of the things that we can learn is to stop asking for permission. And that goes not only for other people, but also for our mind. If you feel stuck and it's not coming through the clarity, don't wait for that to take the first step. Of course, some people like it the other way. And if you want to do it the other way and feel the confidence and feel the motivation, that's fine. But I have seen that sometimes mindset is a skill, confidence is a skill. Is something that you build over time. And something that gives us confidence is feeling that we're capable, that we're prepared. So, preparation, if you prepare a speech, if you prepare something ahead of time, sometimes that will give you confidence. So, don't think that confidence can only be found in your mind. It can also be generated by taking action and feeling that you know what you're doing. So I
And
will encourage them to take action and stop asking for permission if they want to achieve a certain goal.
I love it. So don't wait to be ready.
Don't wait to be ready.
We're ready.
There are a lot of avenues to learn confidence. It doesn't have to be only through your mind.
But we're always trying to find to be ready, like, oh, I need to be ready. This needs to be perfect. The
Mhm.
packaging, like the content, that the letters, the font, the size, the color.
And
And you
there's so much personal power in you saying, I don't feel confident, I don't feel ready, but I'm going to do it anyway.
okay. So we have to have conversation with us that empower us and that
Hmm.
lift up with ourselves. We can get it
Hmm.
from somebody else's, but the one that are much better are the conversation we have with ourselves. We said, I
Hmm.
made a mistake. I learned from it. I move on.
And the good thing about doing things when you're not ready and you're not confident enough, or you feel like you're not motivated, is that when the things don't go your way, you can always go back like, okay, I tried it. I wasn't ready, but I tried it. And I feel good that I tried it. Instead of you feeling very confident, then taking action and it doesn't go your way. Then you're going to start the self talk again, the
Yeah.
negative self talk.
For every negative thought that you have, how many positive stuff do you need to have in order to, fight that feeling or fight that negative thought? I think we all do have those thoughts that are taking off, getting out of the comfort zone is not easy.
Hmm.
Nothing grows in the comfort zone. We all know that. But
Yeah, that's
getting,
that's like another speech that we can like do
yeah,
about comfort zone, where they come from, the patterns that we learn in life, and how that impacts how we deal with, again, like dealing with change. So yeah, very interesting.
that it is. So we just have to move forward as we all keep moving. Thank you so very much for being here today. I would like you to leave this forward with some encouragement to everybody who's watching up today.
I'm sorry.
So if you can give some advice that
Oh, sorry.
encourage our people watching today so that they can move forward, because that's our intention to move forward.
So to move
Um,
forward, going back to what you said, I will say the planes, the big infrastructure, everything that is in our lives, they're done because somebody had it in their mind and they went and took action and they defy their thoughts, their negative thoughts. So if you want to go after something, just believe that it's possible and and believe in yourself and take action regardless if you feel ready or not. And then let the confidence kick in whenever it's ready for the confidence to show up. But in the meantime, be confident in yourself and be confident in your ability to follow your dreams.
I love it. Well, thank you so much. So be clear to what you wanted to achieve. Take action. That's gonna take you, trial and errors. It's good. So just move forward and start achieving your goal. Thank you so much,
Yes.
Dr. Capellan, for being here today. And thank you, everybody. Have a great rest of your day. Bye
Thank
bye.
you. Bye bye.